guardians of the Gilded Sun. Deep within the emerald wilds stood the Sunstone Temple, its gold-capped spires piercing the thick canopy of leaves. Helia, the temple's sworn protector, stood at the entrance. She wore a gleaming breastplate that caught the dappled sunlight, and her eyes were as sharp as the stars. She had guarded this sacred place for an age, ensuring the ancient wisdom within remained undisturbed. High above, clinging to the mossy, vine-covered cliffs, was Lyra. She was a seeker of truths and a world-renowned explorer. With her trusty climbing picks and a satchel full of maps, she had traveled across oceans to find the legendary Sunstone. To her, the temple wasn't just a ruin. It was a library of lost history that belonged to the world. Lyra reached the summit and vaulted over the temple's stone railing. Before she could take a single step toward the inner sanctum, Helia blocked her path. "Turn back, Seeker," Helia commanded, her voice like rolling thunder. "The secrets of this sun-drenched hall are not for the curious to carry away." Lyra didn't flinch. She adjusted her gear and stood her ground. "History shouldn't be hidden in the shadows, Protector," she countered. "It needs to be shared, studied, and remembered." With a swift movement, Lyra unhooked a grappling hook from her belt and swung it with practiced ease, signaling she would not leave empty-handed. The clash began with a flash of light. Lyra lunged forward with the speed of a panther, attempting to slip past Helia's guard. But Helia was like the mountain itself. She crossed her metal gauntlets, and a chime of resonating bronze echoed through the jungle as she parried Lyra's move. The air hummed with the energy of their struggle. Lyra realized she couldn't win with strength alone. She reached into her pouch and tossed a small sphere onto the ground. A thick, silvery mist erupted, filling the temple entrance. In the confusion, Lyra used the tall pillars to swing herself upward, hoping to lose her opponent in the haze and reach the higher levels. Helia didn't panic. She closed her eyes and felt the vibration of the air. With a mighty clap of her hands, she sent a gust of wind through the corridor, blowing the silver mist away in an instant. She looked up and saw Lyra perched on a high ledge, ready to leap again toward the central altar. The two met again at the very edge of the temple's great balcony. They grappled, each testing the other's resolve. The stones were slick with rain and moss. As Lyra pivoted to gain leverage, a section of the ancient masonry crumbled beneath her boot. She slipped, sliding toward the long drop into the valley below. Without hesitation, Helia dropped her staff and lunged. She caught Lyra by the wrist just as she was about to fall. For a long moment, the only sound was the wind rushing through the spires. Helia pulled Lyra back to the safety of the solid stone. The fight was gone, replaced by a sudden mutual understanding of the other's spirit. "You fight for the world's memory," Helia said, helping Lyra to her feet. "And you fight for its peace," Lyra replied, dusting herself off. They realized that neither was a villain. They spent the night sharing stories, one of ancient legends and one of modern discoveries, agreeing that some treasures are meant to be guarded, while others are meant to be told.